Chapter 7, Solving the Problem of Universe 25. A society can collapse even when every material need is met. In the mid-20th century, behavioral researcher John B. Calhoun began studying how mammals respond to rising population density. His work emerged during an era concerned with global overpopulation, but his question was more precise. What happens when social density increases faster than social structure adapts? His most famous experiment, Universe 25, created a controlled mouse habitat in which material scarcity was eliminated. Food was unlimited, water was unlimited, predators were absent, the climate was stable. The environment could support thousands. Only 4 breeding pairs were introduced. Initially, the colony flourished, but as density increased, social organization deteriorated. Some males became hyper-aggressive, attacking indiscriminately. Others withdrew entirely. A subset, later referred to as the beautiful ones, disengaged from mating and conflict, focusing on grooming, eating, and sleep. Maternal behavior degraded, reproduction declined. Eventually, breeding ceased altogether and the population went extinct despite continued abundance. Calhoun called this a behavioral sink. The collapse was not driven by hunger. It was driven by density without adaptive relational architecture. Direct comparisons between mice and humans must be made cautiously. Humans possess symbolic culture, governance systems, moral reasoning, and technological capacity far beyond rodents, but structural patterns are worth examining. In the modern world, population density has increased, not only physically in megacities, but psychologically through digital hyperconnectivity. Millions now occupy shared informational space without corresponding relational structure. At the same time, several measurable social trends have emerged. Fertility rates have declined sharply across developed nations. Many countries now fall well below replacement levels. In the United States, fertility has dropped from mid-20th century highs above 3 children per woman to well under 2 today. Similar patterns appear across Europe and East Asia. Loneliness has become a documented public health concern. Surveys consistently show significant portions of adults reporting persistent loneliness and social isolation. Health authorities have linked chronic isolation to increased risks of depression, anxiety, cardiovascular disease, and reduced life expectancy. Household fragmentation has increased. Single-person households have risen dramatically over the past several decades, while participation in local civic institutions, clubs, and community organizations has declined. These shifts raise a structural question. When material security expands faster than communal architecture, what stabilizes belonging? Calhoun's mice population collapsed because density rose without redesigning social organization. There were no migration corridors, no intentional subdivision, no evolving governance structures, no distributed specialization. The enclosure scaled population, but not structure. Modern societies risk a similar imbalance when economic and technological growth outpace relational design. Digital life compresses millions into shared attention markets without embodied accountability. Urban environments scale productivity while thinning kinship continuity. Individuals become statistically insignificant within systems too large to register their contribution. Meaning requires recognition, role clarity, relational memory, and contribution that is visible and reciprocated. Scarcity can produce urgency. Competition can produce excellence, but belonging produces stability. The lesson of Universe 25 is not that abundance destroys purpose. It is that density without architecture destabilizes social organisms. When social structure breaks down, the parasite is able to capture advantage from the centralization of power, and the orphan disappears into anonymity. The solution is structural calibration, and that is where village scale becomes not nostalgia, but design.